So, the title, the independent stream to the Community Challenge project is collaboration is as it says up there, the 4 C's of digital literacy. Now, whether that term means anything to you, there's nothing that we need you to worry about. What we're trying to show is what students have done by working in a slightly different way. And it has led to some good stuff, some things that have been quite different. Now, again, without trying to be too technical at this point, what I'd like to explain is the kind of situation. Some of you might have heard of the term Web 2.0 or Web 2. So at the bottom right-hand corner there, that's something that it is spoken about quite a lot, and basically that's, well, somewhere between Web 2 and Web 3 is where the internet is at the moment. Now, we'd like you to recognise that the first model of the internet, the first version of the internet, Web 1, is a very different thing to the internet that you've got now. Now, if you want to make this simple, you can say that Web 2 is Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube has totally changed the internet because you do stuff on the internet. Before Facebook and YouTube, we read things, we got things off it, we consume things. Now you do stuff, now you produce things, and that is Web 2. Now, some people would argue and say that we're at Web 3. Web 3, as it says there, is the semantic web. Again, you already know that we're kind of in this kind of this reality, because every time you search in Google or other search engines, think about how search has improved over the last few years. You know, think about when you're searching things that Google seems to know what question you're going to ask it before you've even started typing it. In fact, in some ways, it's kind of like it tells you whether what you're actually writing is sensible. Because if you're typing in a question and Google isn't predicting, sort of an end result, you've probably spelt it wrong. You're probably, sort of coming up with something that, might be just kind of, on the frolic of your own. It's a guide. If you type into Google things like find me a, and then you'll get like all the different types of jobs. Find me a builder, find me a plumber, try it, or what you could also do to see what the world is doing. If you write into Google what is, and then you'll get a list of the most commonly asked questions all over the world, what people are asking. So, for example, a couple of weeks ago, one of the most popular asked questions in Google is, what is YOLO? Yeah, YOLO, Y-O-L-O. Yeah, now again, and that kind of terminology is something that that children all over the world are asking. What is the fiscal cliff? Was another common phrase that came top in all the aggregate that Google had done. So, as I say, so you've got this kind of this understanding with Google, and this is at the beginning. We are seriously in a situation that this is just going to improve beyond recognition. Over the next 10 years, you think about how the internet has changed in 8 years, since Facebook 2005, around about 2005. In 8 years, some people think Facebook is the internet, and that shows the power of it. Now, the social web is some of the things that well, certainly Laura and Donna as well are going to be talking about. It's changing things. It really is. This is something that our children are just going to find is going to be automatic to them, and really, it's going to change, possibly even change the way your brains are wired. In that you've got this kind of resource. Now, also in terms of the semantic web, I have said this before. Semantics means having this level of understanding. Now, I did say this on Monday, but if you put the words hot dog into Google, Google has got the understanding to know what you mean by a hot dog. Yeah, it will not be a literal hot dog. It will be, mustard, onions, tomato sauce, and all that kind of thing. Google knows that. Now, or any search engine knows that. So I'm not just advertising Google. Plenty of other search engines are available as well. So please use them as well. So as I say, we've got that. Then So this semantic, this level of understanding is that Google, has got this power. Now, we're looking at this from a teaching perspective and thinking that, from a teaching perspective, Google, in a way, has got many advantages over your traditional teacher. Google doesn't forget things. Google doesn't get in a bad mood. Google, can understand things. And we are at the beginning of this. So, as I say, I didn't really want to bash on about this too much. I did get this slide off Professor Steve Wheeler from Plymouth University, who in turn adapted the work from that person up there. And so that's important that I'm mentioning these people. Professor Wheeler tweets on a regular basis throughout the day, shares his resources, resources that to me 18 years ago when I came to Blackburn College couldn't get. We didn't have the books, we didn't have the resources. Now you don't need them. We might like books, but you don't need them. They're not essential as what they once were. So basically, this is the thing. Now, thinking about connections, and this is why I'm glad you're here, because this is what I think you can get out of this, is that you can connect yourself to things that in the past only people from, say, Oxford and Cambridge could have kind of like, valuable networks. You can have networks, like that. So the first web 1 was connecting information. It was a reading web. Web 2 was connecting people. I say it was participatory. You do stuff. You've got your Facebook page. You've got your stuff that you post, your pictures. The semantic web is, as I say, is connecting knowledge. And the meta web is connecting intelligence. Now, those of you that have got iPhones, you might have Siri, where you can ask Siri questions and it answers them. At the weekend, I needed a locksmith. I can't find Yellow Pages because I don't know where. We always used to look in Yellow Pages, but every house I go in now, I can never find Yellow Pages. Whereas you've got your personal assistant asking, find me a locksmith. Simple. Or the next time, your sat navs. Sat navs again, early in the infancy, but your sat nav will be able to tell you the right way home. You won't get stuck in traffic because your sat nav will know the right way to go. So, it's really is. We are living it to someone like myself. Who's been around a bit. We are living in the future. This is what it feels like. So, anyway, so as I say, so it's the power of this thing that's going on. Now, having said that we're living in revolutionary times, you've got